I've had a lot of people ask lately why the Bulletproof Trust is the only contract available that guarantees that you can go to heaven. You'll be with God after this lifetime. Why is that? And the question hung on to why couldn't they do a verbal contract? In other words, why can't you just say, okay, Jesus Christ, I surrender to you? Why can't you just do that and then live your life that way? And why isn't that enough? And why do you need this written trust? And why do I say that? That was the question. I get it in different forms. So let's go over that to answer that question. First of all, we're talking about the trust here on Liberty Aid, the Bulletproof Trust, and it's over on jackmccaig.com here. Okay. Why can't you? Why doesn't a verbal contract work? Because a verbal contract does not override a written contract. That's why. And see, there's already a written contract with every American to go to hell after this lifetime with Satan, with the devil. So that's already in place with everyone that says or believes or whatever is an American. Okay? Anyone, and what do I mean by that? Who's an American and how does this apply? Okay. So we're talking about the In God We Trust, right? Slash, meaning doing business as the United States, Inc., right? That's the United States that people think of. And see, we is the name of their God. If you spin that W to the left, right, you spin it counterclockwise, it would be a 3. And if you had an E, it was a capital E, right? See, they're clever. It was lowercase. Well, anyway, if it were uppercase E, right, you'd make a mirror image of it, then that would be a 3. Do you see? So we actually is a symbol for 33. What do you mean by 33? Why is 33 on everything that exists, right? Why it's always 33, 33? What is that? That's a symbol for the devil, okay? So they trust in their God named Satan. It's the God of many names and symbols and so on. See, God comes in a male form, right? Jesus Christ is in a male form, so here's the business. In God we trust. Trust cannot be used as a word at the end of anything used in public, any words used in public in advertising in any way, because it would be confusing to people thinking it was a trust. So you're not allowed to use it unless it's a trust. Sure, it can be your slogan if it's the name of your business. You see, very clever. They matched their slogan to the name of their business. Okay. Oh, here's an interesting thing. You can look it up, of course, on Dun & Bradstreet. But here's a neat thing. Now, as you're watching this video, you see this QR code right here. All you need to do is point the camera of your cell phone, your smartphone, right, at that QR code, and all of a sudden your phone knows to pop up the information on this company for you itself. So you can try that out. Check the QR code if you like. It'll give you this and some other information. Okay, let's see. So that's the business, right? It's a trust. And so what are you talking about? It says you have a signed contract to, go to hell, to go to the devil, right? Yes. Who signed that contract? Well, everyone's parents did. Everyone's parents, right? Everyone's parents signed the contract with the devil, and for a birth certificate, right? See, because in a trust, whoever has, they're called beneficial certificates, right? Whoever has the beneficial certificates of the trust is there for the beneficiary of the trust, and these are, certificates of who's the beneficiary. So this document right here, the birth certificates, are who the beneficiaries of the trust are, right? The person. They create a corporation, a sub-corporation called a person. Not you, the individual. Oh, you thought you were the beneficiary? No, this sub-corporation called the person. Not one of the people, right? So it's a live BERTH or BIRTH. They created a business called a person. It's a sub corporation of the In God We Trust. Okay, so and you get the social security number, right? 9 numbers, right? 666. That symbol for the devil is 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. So 9 is another one of Satan's monikers, numbers. So there are 9 numbers here. They're always playing with these signs and symbols. It's important to them. It's their religion. It's their religious language, is signs and symbols, so that they can use their language all over Earth, and they don't have to speak any other thing than signs and symbols. That's how they get the work done. Okay, so and see, that's a woman, right? Statue of Liberty. Jesus Christ is a man. Okay, so what's the opposite of a man? A woman. This is Satan right here. Kind of obvious that I have to point these things out, but people don't know these things. It's just basic. Everyone knows there's a contract with the devil. This is it. This is the business contract that everyone in America is signed and sealed to go to hell after this lifetime. Because now let's think. What's the common law, right, of Satanists? What is it? What's what is their one thing that they say? Do as thou wilt is the whole of the law, right? Thelema, that's called, right? So you can do anything you want, and then you go to hell after, and that's fine. So what's the American dream, right? Oh, you can be anything you want to be, right? They put it in a more, innocuous way. You can be anything you want to be. Oh, you really? So, so that's, you can do anything you want to do, which guarantees you go to hell. So that's the American dream, is to be a Satanist and to go to hell. And it's a written contract, you see? So there's, people say, oh, I gave my heart to Jesus, whatever. Well, that may be true, but you're already signed with the devil. So you're going there. Unless override. Yes, of course, the current contract has, your parents weren't told everything. The contract isn't, wasn't made fully legally and all that, right? What do they call it? Void initio, void at its inception. However, it isn't. Nothing is void at its inception. It's voidable. What, you don't say a word and the piece of paper disappears. Your social security card didn't disappear when you gave your heart to Jesus. No, it still exists. So you have to override the existing written contract, okay, with another written contract without flaws in it, without problems with it, that overrides the other contract. And you simply say, no, I have a new contract, and it's with Jesus Christ, and so the old one is void anyway. So you can't just say, oh, I'm not doing that old one. We got your signature. We got your parents' signature. There's nothing in place that voids it. With the new contract in place with Jesus Christ, well, that voids it. You see your old contract with the devil that your parents unwittingly placed, quote, you into. All of us. People have a hard time differentiating themselves from a person. It's all tied to them and so on. Their money, their everything. So that you think it's you and yours and all that. So it's a part of you, this whole contract with the devil, that you don't even notice. So, well, you have to replace it with this other contract. And so that's why my contract, that I found out about the devil's contract, where it is in every detail of it, so I legally created another one in the same manner that does it with a different God, Jesus Christ. Okay? Totally legal. The bank accepts it. The IRS accepts it. Secretary of State of Florida accepts it, and many other states. This is absolutely acceptable. So you go under another common law, right, of Jesus Christ, do the golden rule. Instead of do anything you want, you do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. So, okay, it was a really good question. I've gotten it many different ways and kinds. So if you don't want to go to hell and you're an American, this is the only method for doing that. Okay, so I'm available if it matters to you. Okay. God bless your success.